So you've heard about the Open Compute Project, but what exactly is it, and how do you get involved? Let's rewind. In 2009, a few engineers, hey guys, at a company, hey Facebook, realized in order to accommodate their huge influx of data, they'd have to rethink their infrastructure. So they set out to build the world's most efficient data center. And they did. But it got them thinking, if open source collaboration could create a software revolution, couldn't it do the same for hardware? So Facebook shared their knowledge with the world. And with the help of Intel, Microsoft, Rackspace, Goldman Sachs, and Andy Bechtolsheim, the Open Compute Project was born. Today, OCP is a thriving global community with hundreds of member companies and thousands of engineers collaborating to break open the black box of proprietary IT infrastructure to achieve greater choice, customization, and cost savings. Our project communities are led by volunteer leaders and overseen by our incubation committee to guide initiatives in data center facility, hardware management, high-performance computing, networking, open system firmware, rack and power, security, server, storage, and telco. The result? Member organizations and solution providers collaborating to create embedded software, firmware, hardware, and facility guidelines based on OCP's tenets of efficiency, scale, openness, and impact, improving the efficiency of data flowing from the edge to the cloud worldwide. So, can open source collaboration create a hardware revolution? It already is. Join us at opencompute.org.
Please welcome Archana Haylock, OCP Community Director.
Good morning, Amsterdam. How are we today? Woohoo! Welcome to our very, very first OCP Regional Summit. The demand for a local conference was so overwhelming for a European conference that we had to listen, and we responded. We are so excited to have you here, to be here, and to get started. We have a two-day agenda packed full of plenty of opportunities for you to consume, collaborate, and contribute to OCP. So let's get started. Our first speaker today is Mark Roenigk. Mark Roenigk was here at the inception of OCP and has returned in 2018 to our board of directors as our chairman of the board. He is also the head of hardware engineering and is responsible for the building, scaling, and innovation of infrastructure necessary to support Facebook's mission to give people the power to build community and to bring the world closer together. Mark is passionate about open source and open standards as they increase the pace of innovation and make technology open to all. In his own words, technology continues to accelerate, and we will face new challenges to lead the drive for open infrastructure for the data center and beyond. The OCP community is being asked to help drive open architecture across this whole plane. And Mark is here to tell us all about how this is happening within OCP. Please put your hands together for Mark Roenigk.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning. All right. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. It's been wonderful weather the last few days. Looks like it's going to rain the next two. So what else to do other than come to a summit and get a lot of work done? But thank you all for being here. Before I get started, I'd like to send out a few thank yous. First and foremost to the community. Thank you all for being here. Our community is what differentiates us from a lot of the other open technology forums and communities. The amount of work that gets done, the impact of that work, the contributions of our member companies is really important to success. So thank you very much to the community. Also like to thank the incubation committee, the project leads, and the project team members. I see many of you out in the audience right now. So thank you for all that you do. These teams spend a lot of extra time away from their day job, or in addition to their day job, I guess I should say. helping the foundation and the board and the community ensure that we're working on the most impactful things for our industry. So thank you to them. Also like to thank the exhibitors and sponsors. We've got a great selection of technology out in the lobby, so make sure you spend a couple hours out there. It's a chance to demystify OCP. You get a chance to talk to people, right, that know the benefits, the challenges, and also the best practices of open technology. So soak all that in. I also like to thank the OCP Foundation and our event coordinator, FN Tech. These things are always challenging to put together, so thanks to them. And then last but not least, our member companies who have been supportive from day one since we started the Open Compute Project. Thank you for creating products and services for the adoption in the community. We really appreciate it. It's certainly a key success factor for us. So let me talk about setting expectations for the next few days. We've got a great event. Again, as I said, please learn from our peers. The biggest value from an event like this, right, is the peer-to-peer collaboration. We're also, IHS Markit did a survey recently that the foundation had commissioned about energy efficiency in data centers in the European market. So those results will be presented during this session. We also have a demo of the virtual central office, so that magic black box right over there. You'll get a demo on that later this afternoon, or actually later this morning. We also have a review and assessment of open compute data center architecture from Schneider Electric, so that you'll find that interesting. And then we also have a presentation or a proposal about a solution from the edge. So stay tuned. We've also got use cases, 2 Dutch companies here, ING Bank and KPN. We've got an updated case study from Yahoo Japan, who's been a huge supporter of open compute, and also Neeram today. So how can you get involved? Tap the experience in the room. Please attend as many of the technical tracks that are of interest to you. We've got over 60 technical tracks, and that's really where the magic happens, quite frankly. The keynotes are great, but the real work happens in those technical tracks. So thanks to the sponsors and the project leads that are going to lead us through those sessions. We're always looking for contributions, specifications, white papers, products, services, etc. We'll provide more information on how you can contribute throughout this show. And then also a shout out to our open partners. There's 4 tables out in the exhibition hall. We've got our friends from the Linux Foundation, Open Power, Open CAPI, and OpenStack. So thank you guys for being here as well. Let me give you a quick global update on Open Compute. So at our last summit, our last global summit, which was in the US in San Jose, we had over 3,500 attendees. We had so many people, we had to turn folks away. Quite a stark difference compared to when we had the first Open Compute Summit. We called it a summit. We thought it was really cool to call it summit, and it was in a large conference room. So we've come a long way. We've had over 81 sponsors at that event, and we had representatives or attendees from over 34 countries. So truly a global initiative. Upcoming, we've got quite a few events and technical engineering workshops in Asia. Look for those upcoming on the schedule as well. Current open compute projects, again, this is the core of what we do. This is where the value is really created. And so you can see, back in 2009, we started with compute. 2010, we added storage, and it's pretty unbelievable to see the depth and breadth of the projects that we have here in open compute. And again, I think it's a testament to the work done by you in the audience and the community. We have 5 projects, believe it or not, coming out of incubation in the next 60 days. So if you have a passion or interest in those, please make sure that you raise your hand to the event planner and to the project leads, because we certainly need as much help as possible to get those off the ground. Talk a little bit about adoption of open compute. In last year's Global Summit, we reported that OCP products and services accounted for about $1.2 billion. And that's not including the OCP board member companies of Microsoft, Facebook, Rackspace, Intel, and Goldman Sachs. And it doesn't include the secondary market, right? And so that's quite a large number, and we believe that that'll grow to about $6 billion in the next few years. Community update. I'm really pleased to see over the last 6 months we've added several new industries. We've added a lot of academic institutions have joined the project. Many governments around the world have joined the project, and then we're getting an increasing number of fintech and financial services companies join the project as well. So a thank you to them as well. In the marketplace, where you can go and buy OCP products, we've got over 100 products that you can buy today on the marketplace, and over 100 in the pipeline. All right, so look for those goods and services over the next 6 months. And then the contribution portal, again, you'll be hearing more about how to contribute to the project over the course of the next 2 days, but we've got over 150 specifications, and that library continues to grow. It's a great source of information, and we're doing our best to make it as easily consumable to the community as possible. Last but not least, we've got a couple of events coming up from some of our open technology friends. The Open Power Summit is here, October 3rd and 4th, so right after this event. And then we have the TIP Summit, or the Telecom Infra Project Summit, in London on October 16 and 17. And if you use that code that's on the screen, OCP30, you'll get 30% off your pass to go there. All right? So thanks for letting me give you a quick update. Thanks again for being here. I want to introduce John Laban. John is our feet on the street here in Europe from an OCP perspective. He was named one of the top 10 movers and shakers in the IT industry recently. And what's really cool about John is he can cable a rack this morning, and he can teach the most complex engineering class in the afternoon. He is a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate having him on the team. John?